Hello everybody, happy Friday. I hope everybody's having a good start to your weekend. Hang on a second, I'm trying to adjust this phone a little bit to make sure y'all can see me. Well, you won't be able to see the food. Let me see if I can raise my seat up a little higher. I like to raise my seat all the way up because I have a bad back. I have two protruding discs in my neck, the C4, C5, C5, C6. I believe it's those two. Might be C3, C4, C4, C5. No, I think it's C3, C4, C5, C5, C6. They're both protruding. I get headaches from these two discs in my neck every single day. So, but today I haven't had a headache so far. And this is just the start of my day, so I might have one before I get to the end of the day. Anyway, then I got three protruding discs in the very bottom of my spine, the L3, L4, L4, L5, L5, S1. They're all protruding, and I have trouble with both of them. I've been through physical therapy, and they're like, my goodness, you're in bad shape. No shit, Sherlock. I'm looking the wrong way. You're over here now. So, anyway, guess where I went today? I decided to go to Long John Silver's. Now, I found out recently I'm diabetic, so instead of getting the fried fish, because I love their fried fish platter, I decided to get, and I'll tell you something that went on in there. It's just, they had the, I mean, kind of spilled out in the bag here a little bit. Here, I'm trying to clean it up, y'all. Fried grilled shrimp. I mean, it's the grilled shrimp platter. You see, it's grilled shrimp and rice. See that? I got French fries and coleslaw to go with this meal. I like Long John Silver's coleslaw. I don't think there's a little bit of light. Hopefully it won't. And he didn't give me any silverware. Well, when I went in there, they got a cashier. They got a young man behind the counter. Thank goodness I kept my silverware from the last place I went to. I try to do that. I try to keep silverware back there. Because this happens a lot in these restaurants anymore. Especially fast food restaurants like Popeyes, McDonald's, anybody you go to, usually they don't give you a piece of silverware. I'm gonna bite the coleslaw first. Here you go. You get the first bite. Look at that. I didn't give you a very good look, did I? My bad. Oh man, this coleslaw is good. Yeah. Yeah, and I bet you anything, I can feel down the bottom, but I bet you anything. Oh yeah, there's a few sauces down there. Some ketchup, hot sauce. Well, they want no hot sauce. I have another bag back there because I got my husband a meal. Yeah, I decided to go to Long John Silver's today. It was a bit of a drive. It's a good 16 miles for me to go from home to work. My first meal of the day, so my food's going to get stuck in my esophagus, which it already is. So let me see if I can get it to go down. Because they're always the first meal of the day, I tend to get food stuck. And even throughout the day, sometimes food will get stuck anyway. So anyway, it's funny because you can feel it stuck there, and then when it starts to go down into your stomach, you can feel it drop sometimes. It's the weirdest feeling. I'm still having trouble with it. I certainly am. It's been probably a good 10 weeks since I ended up in the hospital with a torn esophagus. I had 2 tears inside of my esophagus from a piece of chicken that I eat, fried chicken. No, it's still stuck. So it'll take a minute. Sometimes I can tell if it's moved, and sometimes I can't tell, but I'm gonna keep drinking. They're still a little bit stuck, so let me fill up my soda. Let me put some soda in here. I had some watered down juice. The Power, is it called Powerade? I forget. Anyways, it's a juice that I really like. So I got a little bottle of Pepsi I brought from home that I've been drinking on since yesterday. So we're gonna drink some of that. Carbonation will probably help push that food down. It wasn't very much. I'm trying to cut back a lot on sugared soda pops because of being diabetic, and I just found I was diabetic back in July. And so my mom and dad are type 2 diabetic. Yep, it's still lodged there. Sometimes if it stays lodged any longer, my body will make me purge it up. My body just forces it. Well, anyway, let me show you the shrimp. Let me give you a close-up of the shrimp. This is a grilled shrimp. You can see the seasonings on one side. It does have some spice to it, like a chili powder spice or red pepper or something. But you can taste that spice, and I'm not sure exactly what's on it. I'm not sure exactly what it's seasoned with, but it's one of the new dishes they're offering right now. And some rice. Whoops. The rice is not bad. Normally I don't eat the rice anyway. That's why I got french fries. But I might eat some of the rice and a little bit of french fry. We're trying not to eat too many carbs. I've still got a lot to learn about diabetes, y'all. Even though my parents are diabetic, you know, everybody's a little different. Some people require more carbs in a meal than others, and everybody's body's a little different, and it processes a little different. My mother can serve me the exact same meal that she's eating, you know, carb-wise and everything else, and her blood sugar might spike, and mine might not spike at all. I don't understand that exactly, but something like that. Let me turn these interior lights off a little bit. So let's go ahead and try the shrimp with some. Maybe I should just try the shrimp. If I get too much in my esophagus and it doesn't go down, I'm gonna be in a mess. Anyway, speaking about my esophagus, ooh, that's a little bit spicy. Ooh. Oh, that'll open up the sinuses. I don't tolerate spice real well, like, you know, like chili powder and stuff like that. I don't really like it much because I just don't, you know, 1 or 2 bites of it's fine, but this is pretty heavy on here. So, but if you like red chili seasoning, you know, the spice and stuff, I think that's what's on here. I'm not really sure. I should look up the ingredients. Yeah, if you're going to eat at a Long John's and you want to try the shrimp platter, look it up and see what kind of stuff is on it. And to me, it's a little spicy, but I mean, I could tolerate eating all of it. I just don't want to because I think there's too much. Well, anyway, I was going to tell you about Long John's before I tell you about my esophagus. I went in there and placed the order, you know. And the boy behind the counter was in such a shitty mood. I mean, just I don't give a shit mood. And yes, he said, "Is this for here or to go?" I said, "It's to go." And I told him, you know, what platter I wanted for my husband, what sides I wanted. Then I told him I wanted to try the grilled shrimp platter, and he just looked at me. I said, "The grilled shrimp platter that you got over there on that little poster board right there, the new item?" And so he calls it in, "What 2 sides?" And I told him. Then he asked if I wanted some sauce. They go, "Yeah, give me all the sauces. You know, give me your cocktail sauce. Give me your, you know, your shrimp sauce. Give me your cocktail sauce, the fish sauce, tartar sauce. That's it." And he's like, "I can't hear you." And I went around the glass because there's a piece of plastic between us. Plus, you're wearing a mask. And I went around there and I said, "Just load me up with sauces, honey. Give me a little bit of everything." Well, after he took my money and took my order, you know, after I paid my order, there was a gentleman that come in and he was behind me, and he stood up there and commenced telling the boy what he wanted. I bet I didn't get a napkin. Wait a minute. I was gonna say I better didn't get a napkin, but I remember his napkins in here. Thank goodness he wasn't bagging it up, or I wouldn't have got nothing. And the gentleman walked up. He said, "I'd just like to get an order of clams, please, some hush puppies." And you know, he was just making a stop to get a real quick snack. That's all he was doing. He said, "All you want is clams?" The kid behind the counter. "That's all you want?" And he goes, "And some coleslaw, please." Well, you could have made that a meal. Probably been cheaper. I shook my head and I'm like, I think somebody got up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Or this afternoon. You might need to crawl back in bed and climb out the other side. And that man, the gentleman that was ordering, you know, he says, "I'm sorry, huh?" He said, "I'm sorry, I can't hardly hear you." And the guy behind the thing goes, "I can't understand anything you're saying." And so he leans, so the gentleman walks, you know, kind of walks to the side of it, and he's told him what he said. And he said, "I'm sorry." He said, I thought I was talking loud enough. He says, "I don't know why they got this plastic thing in between us." I said, "Because it's a mandatory law right now because of the pandemic. Mandatory. You ought to know that. You work here." I mean, I was being polite when I said it, so I'm kind of being a little shitty right now when I said it, but I did kind of say it in a shitty way, like he's giving the attitude. Well, when I got there to get my stuff, he didn't give me no attitude. Right now, when there's not very many jobs right now that are going, you know, you got fast food restaurants that are open, you got a few bars that are open that are putting people to work, grocery stores. When there's not very many jobs open right now, and you can't go find you a better paying job and you have to take a restaurant job, cop the attitude. The better if you come to work, even at a place you don't like, if you make it more fun, being polite to people and trying to find something to do while you're there, like wipe the counter down, get over there behind it, get on the other side of the counter, go to the tables and clean those off, your day will go by a whole lot faster. That kid just stood there and let the girls do all the work. And I'm like, I mean, do I think he was just having a bad day? No. I think that's who he is. I think that's just how he is. Period. Because he didn't apologize to the customer. The customer was apologizing to him. "I'm sorry, I just couldn't hear you." And he goes, "Well, I couldn't hear you. I don't know why they got this thing here." And you can tell it's just who he is. You can just tell. Sometimes you can just tell that's who a person is by the way they act. Anyway, enough of that. So, I still having issues with my esophagus. Like there's a little bit of food stuck right now. And so I have surgery coming up Wednesday. This next week coming up. I have surgery coming up. And what they're going to do is they're just going to go in and look. He's going to take a look at my esophagus. He's going to see why I'm still getting food lodged in. Is there a reason? I get a little bit of burning there too, so I'm just wondering if the scar is not healing up. But I have a lot of acid reflux. That's why I was like hoping this wasn't spicy. But I'm okay with it this time. You know, I don't eat a whole lot of spice. This is just once in a while thing. I love jalapeno poppers stuffed with cheddar cheese. I love those deep fried cheddar peppers. If I've got some ranch and the pepper's not very hot, I'm going to town. But I have acid reflux really bad. And I've had this for a lot of years. For at least 16 years I've been having acid reflux problems. And it has gotten worse over the year because I ended up eating a piece of food and it tore my esophagus. It got stuck in my esophagus and it tore it. So my esophagus is inflamed, right? I've talked about this in other videos. So they're gonna go in and take a look to see what you can see, to see if he can find anything, and maybe help to relieve the problem, because it's not going away. So I don't know what they're going to find out in here. I don't know if they're just going to come out and say, well, it looks okay to me. It just looks like it's a little irritated. I'm just going to keep coming back as long as I keep having trouble. So I says to him, when I saw him doing the consultation, I said, well, this acid reflux problem, there's times where stomach acid literally comes up to my esophagus up here. I mean, my esophagus up to here. I said, that's been happening a lot. And I said, so what if we can't get this acid indigestion under control? Because it's eroding my esophagus. The acid is just eating it up. He said, then we're going to have to do a surgery. So they do have a surgery, a GERD type surgery, gastroenteritis reflux disease or disorder. They do have a surgery. You can look it up and you'll see what it looks like, because I can't explain it. I'm like, okay. So this is step number 1, and then we'll see what happens after that. And I'll let you guys know, because me doing these videos like this kind of helps me keep track of things, and I don't put it in my title, which I should, but that's okay, because we're just kind of talking about a little bit of everything. Something else I found out this past week, my husband, my husband's got some health issues that we've been finding out about him. He has 11 bulging discs in his back, y'all. Poor guy. Also, when the spine doctor, also / pain doctor, looked at his MRI scan, he told my husband and me that my husband has the spine of a 75-year-old man. He has a very serious case of osteoarthritis, is what he called it. Osteoarthritis? It might be osteoarthritis, but it's something like this, some kind of arthritis. And it's really, really bad. And on top of that, he's got 11 bulging discs. And y'all, he still goes to work every day. Now, before I went in the hospital, or was it right after? I think it was after I was in the hospital for this esophagus issue. I know, we're like tied to be fit, aren't we? Both of us having so many health issues lately. It's just ridiculous. But I'm a lot more healthier than he is. It's just the timing. It makes it look like we're both tied to be fit to be tied, as they would say. Oh, I swallowed too big of a piece. I hope it goes down. Sometimes after I first eat, it stretches that out a little bit. Food goes down a little easier, but then again, like I said earlier, sometimes it still gets stuck. I'm sorry it's taking a long time to eat with you guys, but I'll probably save some of this for later and eat the rest of it at work. But anyway, ooh, nice Dodge Charger, man. Nice. But anyway, my husband went back to his regular doctor. He had a rash that was coming up on his side, and it was on his back behind his rib right here. And it was just inflamed. And when I saw it, and this has happened a couple times before, and I thought the same thing before, but he wouldn't go to a doctor. He's stubborn. I told him, I said, that looks to me like shingles. It really does. So anyway, he went to his regular doctor, and she took some tests, and she sent him to have CT scans done. And she told him that she thought it was shingles too, but she wanted him to treat it, because it's been going on for probably a couple of weeks before he saw the doctor. Maybe a couple of weeks. I know it's been on there for 2 or 3 weeks. It's going down now. It just takes a while for it to heal up and go away. So she told him, she said, you know, I think it looks to me like shingles, but what I want you to do is put this lotion on it and see how it works, if this lotion helps or not. Because, you know, sometimes people can put a lotion on it and it works. Other times people have to get this injection or a shot or something. I don't know much about shingles. So I might be completely wrong about what I'm saying. So I got him this spray called Caladril, I believe it's called Caladril. Kind of like a calamine lotion with some other kind of stuff with Benadryl in it, like an antihistamine. And he sprays it on because it's easier for him to just kind of spray it and take lotion and try to reach all the way back there. I mean, it does help, you know. Spray, lotion, whatever. I got him the spray, and it's helped. It hasn't completely gone away, but it's helping. And then, not only was that going on, but he found out from his doctor about his CT scan that he has a kidney stone in his left kidney. And I forget how big he said it was, but it's pretty good size, they say. And another thing that really bothered him, and is bothering me too until I find out for sure, is they found a spot on his liver. And the doctor said she can't see behind it, she couldn't see through it. It was so solid. She told him that she's had patients before that had that issue, or that spot on their liver, and that it was cancer. So my husband's like, you know, he's like, what the? And I said, honey, let me tell you something now. I said, now you know, from experiences with my dad, he had cancer of the bladder. My dad had a very rare cancer that chemotherapy wouldn't touch. It's a new type of, it's a really rare type of cancer in the bladder. And like I said, the chemotherapy would not touch it. Chemotherapy can't even touch it. I mean, that's just how bad a cancer it is. He had his bladder removed it was December of 2014. He found out in August, and in December of 2014 had it removed. And it's a good thing that they removed it then, because it was still on the first. You have 3 walls to your bladder. 3 layers, 3 walls, and it's only in the first wall. It hadn't gone through yet. He said, that's a good thing we caught it there. I can't remember if he said it was stage 2, but I think it was stage 2. I might be wrong about that. It'll be 6 years in December that he's been cancer-free, y'all, of this rare bladder cancer. My dad is 77 years old this year. Just turned 77 in August. And matter of fact, he found out about this cancer a few days before he turned 71. So, my husband's doctor says she wants to get some MRI. Excuse me while I shake like this. I'm not twitching or anything. It's just in my glasses, you get to a certain position and I have a habit of shaking, and it'll fall down on my nose just right. So, my husband's doctor wants him to take an MRI. Do an MRI. And he's going to do an MRI. We don't know exactly when yet, because he's supposed to call him and set it up. And I haven't asked him today. Did you call and set up the MRI? The sooner the better. So I got to make sure I remember to ask him that when I get home tonight. And if he's asleep, I need to make sure I ask him in the morning. So anyway, that's what's been going on in my life. What's been going on in yours? Seems like there's always something going on in my life. I mean, not always. But, you know, when you get older, you got to start taking care of your health. You got to start taking better care of yourself and your health, because when we get older, we start breaking down. And I'm not ready to let my husband go yet. Nor my daddy. My mom and dad have been living with me in my house, with me and my husband, for almost 16 years, and I'm not ready to let go of either one of them. So, but I have kidney problems too. I have some damage to my kidneys. I just found this out, and I've mentioned this in another video. My doctor said that my test results were showing kidney damage. Now, this could stem from medication. This could have been going on for a long period of time and nobody caught it until now. But the doctor at the hospital I ended up in for 2 days to have them go in and esophagus, you know, the gastrologist, when they went in to do my esophagus, it was a doctor that was attending to me while I was there. He mentioned to me that there was something showing in my test results that my kidneys were not functioning properly. So there's something going on with my kidneys, and that's something we got to work out later on. Right now I got to take care of this. This is very serious too. If I was to have torn my esophagus, if it had torn all the way through my esophagus, stomach acid and stuff like that would have gotten into my lungs, and that would have caused some serious problems. Serious. You know, and I thought I was in a bad position with the food stuck in my esophagus. I would have been in a lot worse position if it had torn all the way through my esophagus and acid had gotten into my lungs, because I have a lot of acid reflux problems. So learn from me, from what I'm telling you guys. If you have a lot of acid reflux problems, tell your doctor about it. I mean, tell your doctor, and if you continue to keep having it, go see a gastrologist. And if you continue to have it even after you see a gastrologist, keep going back. There's got to be something they got to do, and they can't figure out what to do if people don't go to them about it more often so they can learn. That's the only way they learn. They learn by doing. They learn by going exploring. That's how doctors learn. They can't help us if we don't tell them what's going on. Well, you guys, I've eaten all I can eat now, and I have to go to the store and pick up some supplies. Pick up a few things for the family, and then I got to get to work. So, thank you for stopping by. I hope you ate something with me. I should have said at the beginning, I hope you got something to eat with me. Sit down and have dinner with me. But anytime I post a video, just eat something with me, because you never know if I'm going to be eating or not. But, again, I appreciate y'all stopping by and listening to me ramble. If you're new here, be sure to scroll down my wall, or my channel, and you'll see videos of my cats, of me rambling, videos of some deer in my yard. There's a video of some foxes that was in my yard. I haven't seen the foxes since I did the video, since that year, and I sure miss them. And you'll see, I just posted a video of my cat, which is Charlie, that silly cat. He brought a rabbit in the house today. He killed a rabbit and dragged it into the house. My dad said he come in here and he jumped up on the kitchen table with a rabbit that was about the size, almost as big as him. He said, and I went to get the rabbit and I thought I could save it, and he said the rabbit died in my hand the minute I picked it up. So Charlie was going to have dinner, or he brought it in for somebody to cook for him, I guess. I don't know. That cat is something else. He's a good cat, but he loves to hunt. So I tried to do a little video of him today, which he was kind of I think he was a little upset because my dad took his rabbit away from him. But anyway, I told him, I said, don't be killing the rabbits, Charlie. I told him, I said, don't be killing the garden rats. The garden rats you leave alone. It's the mice and the other rats you want to get, not rabbits. We call rabbits garden rats sometimes, because they get in your garden and they eat your vegetables and stuff, you know. But yeah, he is something else. I tell you, he's a good cat. But that cat can eat now. He sure can. We have cat food always out for the cats because, you know, they're very energetic and they burn off a lot of energy, and so we always leave cat food out. And that cat eats all day, but he doesn't get fat. You see how big he is in my videos. That's as big as he is. He's probably about 11 pounds, if he's even that much. He's anywhere between 9 and 11 pounds. And of course, Tiger, you'll see the other video of Tiger. She's 17 years old, and she weighs about 9 pounds. She's a good cat too. Alright, you guys, this is my last bite. And then I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to say goodbye to you one more time. Thank you again for stopping by, listening to me ramble. I really appreciate it. And leave a comment below if you want. And I try to answer everybody's comment. I usually do answer everybody's comment within a day or so, or it might be a few days. It just depends. Sometimes I might not see the comment right away. So I'm going to get out of here, get to the store, pick up a few things, get to work, and then go home and enjoy my weekend. Because Tuesday, I forgot about this, Tuesday I have to take my husband to a urologist appointment. It'll be his first urologist appointment to see about this kidney problem he's got. And please send prayers for my husband, y'all. That this spot on his liver is not cancer. He's got enough going on right now. He's got enough health issues, and I just don't want something else to be piled up on his back. And for him, poor guy, you get what I'm saying. He's got enough going on. He's a good man, and I'm not ready to let go of him yet. Alright, you guys. Thanks for stopping by. I love each and every one of you guys, even though I don't know who you are. I still send out love to each and everybody in the world. Because Lord knows this world needs some love. There's too many people going around and hurting people, talking shit about people, instigating. This has got to stop. We got to stop this. We got to come together and work together and stop destroying everything. Alright, you guys. I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys again soon on my next video. Keep an eye out for it, because you never know what I'm going to come up with next, and neither do I. It's just random for me. It's just random stuff, okay? Alright, you guys. See you later. Have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.